Well, hello again. Good evening. It is 8 p.m. in Melbourne right now, and I am stoked. I'm going to show you a time lapse, and this time it's going to be another epic time lapse. And the location's going to be quite a while away. It's about a 2-hour drive. It's going to be a bit of a surprise, but after all this time, I finally found a time where everything's kind of like come together. So the weather's going to be clear. There is going to be there is a new moon, and we're essentially just going to head off to a location that's going to have a clear night also. I'm very excited to do this time lapse. I've got both the Z9 and the D850. On the Z9, I've got the 14 to 24 millimeter, and on the D850, I've got the 14 millimeter Sigma. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with both of them, where I'm gonna set them up, but we've only really got one location that we're going to do, because it's gonna be a 2-hour drive there. It's gonna be about a 1-hour session, maybe a bit longer, an hour and a half, and then another 2-hour drive back to work the next day. I've got a client job to do, so just gotta get it done, and I'll get a few hours sleep and I'll sort it out. So look, now it's just time to cruise. I'm gonna keep driving. I will catch you at the next location when I get there. See you soon. Hey guys, so I'm here. This is the Cape Trap Historic Lighthouse. Now, I had no idea that this was going to be an active lighthouse. I thought it was actually going to be a historic lighthouse. You see that flashing up there. So I came here to do a time lapse and a long exposure. I think I can get the long exposure working, but time lapse I'm going to probably have to try somewhere a bit further away from this lighthouse. It's actually quite beautiful. It's a beautiful night. There's no moon. There's no cloud cover. I mean, there's a little bit of cloud way away. So hopefully this will work out, and I can get some good footage. So drive here was pretty easy, 2 hours. Although I have to get back home pretty much straight away after doing these shots, and then we've got stuff to do in the morning. So it should be a good drive. I've got some Red Bulls to keep me awake. I've had 2, and I probably have 1 on the way back. So let's go and set up the D850. So I have the D850 here, and it's got the Sigma 1.8 14 millimeter. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line up the lighthouse. I want to try and get it in the center and see what it looks like when I get the light in the long exposure shot. See what it's like. If it overexposes, and I don't get too many stars, then I'll just have to. I'll take what I can and then move on. If I can possibly get some kind of nice effect with the time lapse, with the long exposure, then I should be good for the time lapse, because each shot will then be slightly exposed with the flash of the the lighthouse. Now, I'm not sure how long the flashes go. Maybe I have to time that too, otherwise I might get double exposures. We'll see. I'll try it for 20 seconds first and then go from there. All right, let's have a look. Hey guys. Okay. Whew. Well, that was a bit of a mission. So we're done. It just really happened at the very last moment. The actual the cloud cover came by, and that's it. Like, I just finished the time lapse, and then the cloud cover came by. So with the lighthouse, it was kind of like flickering on and off in the in the time lapse. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to go check it out at home, but whatever happens, I'm going to actually just post it up. I'll try to do something with it. I forgot to set the white balance to to cloudy or nighttime. It was set to auto daytime, so I think it's bouncing around with the temperature. I don't know if I can fix that. I hope I can just carry over all of the temperature settings from one shot to the other, and hopefully that will work. But it didn't seem like the whites were kind of like weird, like were changing. It seemed like there was just some, because of the fact that the lighthouse was flickering, it could have made the actual light areas in the actual shot a bit different. But all packed up, all ready to go. Now it's time to get home and get some sleep. It's still a 2-hour drive, so I will. The next step will be, put this together in the studio. All right, okay, let's go. Let's get back home. Well, guys, hey, so it's a few days now since I've gone and done the time lapse and the Astro, and I have to tell you, it was an amazing adventure. Lots of Red Bulls, driving in the middle of the night. Getting back home was a bit of a trouble. I almost hit a number of wombats, and I didn't realize how many wombats there are in this area during the nighttime. So I was really blown away. I'd never seen a wombat ever crossing the road, and on the way back it was like 1, 2, I think 4. One even ran across the road, and they don't run very fast, so it was quite scary. As soon as it ran across, I'm like, okay, well, saw 1, 2, 3, and then I saw a kangaroo and a rabbit. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take it slowly. So I got home pretty late, but the actual time lapse didn't turn out like. I mean, I kind of knew that with the flickering of the light, it would be a bit weird, and I tried to do all I could, and I wasn't really that happy with the end result, but I'll show you anyway. So, you can see that it's kind of like choppy and flickering, but I guess you kind of get the idea. So, I mean, this for me is the first step in this kind of process. I mean, the next one I really want to do another one, maybe on the next new moon. Hopefully, the weather will be pretty good. I'm gonna go not to a lighthouse, but somewhere else where I can, do something similar. But I can have that time lapse going for a lot longer. So I can maybe even get it going for like 4 hours and really have that movement. I've kind of got an idea of how long to keep the actual exposure on for f1.8 on the D850. The Z9, I just didn't get the right spot with the D850 kind of looking out onto the Milky Way in one direction. The Z9 was looking in another direction that just didn't have that kind of impact. So I'll show you a few photos actually. Here's one of them, and as you can see, it doesn't have. It's got a little nice view, but it doesn't have that punch that you get from the D850 with the kind of like the broad open space. I'm not sure, maybe the bush is a bit too close, but I'm gonna have a look, maybe having objects a bit further in the distance with the stars kind of like up above them. I watch a YouTube channel called Nightscapes Imaging or something. Nightscapes. Really cool videos. Guy from Australia. So I'm sort of picking up a few tips. So yeah, I'm wondering what to do next. So I'll probably update with a quick video about the sort of plan of how I want to structure my YouTube videos, because I think this, doing photography in a photography channel would be best, for a photography channel like Shot Suvara, whereas my vlog is just personal stuff. Like I might share my thoughts about various topics and just focus all my photography on Shot Suvara and tech stuff on Tech Suvara. So guys, I'm going to leave you with 2 time lapses today. The first one is the lighthouse. And then after the time lapses, I'm going to show you a photo of the final shot that I got before starting the time lapse that turned out really well. I mean, I shared it on a few forums and people were really impressed. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoy these next 2 time lapses, and I hope you enjoy the final shot that I took with a D850. Guys, I hope to speak to you soon, and we'll chat next week. Okay, bye.